So tabletop, bar top for easing the drink ordering process. What we found when we did our research is that we have patrons that want to engage with bartenders to find out what's inside of the drinks, but there's often really long lines, and so they don't do that, or they're afraid to go up and talk to find out what's inside of a drink. So a lot of people, when they order a drink, they stick with the same thing because it's like, okay, I know that a gin and tonic is only going to have these things in there, and I don't want to experiment without and look like a fool or look embarrassed to go up there. So with this system, they can long press on a particular drink like Gin Swizzle, and it will come up with an animation that says who is the specialty bartender that makes that particular drink, what goes inside of it, how strong the drink is, how complex of a drink it is, so essentially how long it will take until that drink comes out to the table, and then the process of actually mixing the drink.
Nice. So I can press anything here.
You should be able to long press any one of those drinks. Press it a little longer.
Oops. Okay. Thought it had it.
There we go.
Okay, there. Okay. Great.
Do you want me to turn off the light here?
Yeah,
Yeah, it might make it a little easier to see.
So in the final iteration of this, not only would they be able to get signature drinks, they would be able to do meal ordering, some type of media interaction, whether these like Snapchat face photos, and then play games. And so those...
It's motion.
Okay. And so those icons are just indicators of that. We did all of the graphic work for this, and yeah, the codes as well as building the structure.
So how did you get over the challenge of what happened at the symposium?
So last time we were depending on other tools and we didn't have much of our coding. So this time it was entirely in processing, and last time we were just getting the fingers, the skeleton feature of Kinect, and getting the touch of the tabletop. This time it's blob detection.
Okay. And that meant that the processing was faster because you were doing blob detection?
No, and we also changed like almost all the image assets. Last time it was MP4.
MP4.
This time it's GIF.
Yeah.
Okay.
We compressed it. Like still it's too much for the system. But still.
But it's enough to actually get a functional demo this time. And so last time really was the size of the processing, and that was the issue more than anything?
That was a big deal for it because it was about 3 gigs worth of data, video data that it was trying to render at the same time. And so that slowed things down. And then the interaction portion of it too was tricky. As Sinatra was saying, that while we were trying to detect like where the finger was on the sensor, the angle that we had things positioned was only minimally detected. Sometimes it would fire, sometimes it wouldn't fire. Whereas with this, we have much more granular control on...
Because you went to blob detection?
Because we went to blob detection.
And did you have the same setup from the bottom up before? So it was a different setup too. Yeah. And this setup actually made it harder, but you were able to get it to work with the blob detection. So let's go ahead and open it up so we can show Haley and Tanmai your final kind of implementation. And so it's a really nicely made table, and so that's the projector.
Yes,
That's a
short throw projector.
Where'd you get it?
Online. That was an
You guys
Amazon
bought
purchase.
it?
Yeah.
How much was it?
$900.
Oh my God! You guys spent $900 for this?
I spent a bit.
Are you returning it?
No, it's. I'm going to be doing interactive installation pieces. So I plan on doing a lot more projection
With this,
work
so
with
this is valuable for something else.
Yes, yeah. For this class alone. No, this is actually a pretty expensive table. Like the Kinect is 200, or was it like 100, 150 or something?
Right. And the Kinect is right down there.
The projector, 900. The actual lumber ended up being a good 100 or so.
Yeah.
This piece right here, the acrylic is expensive.
That's 30 or 40.
Well, no, this is a cutout from the larger piece, and so the larger piece.
Larger piece was 30 or 40.
Yeah.
So
you have some extra acrylic.
Yeah.
And so then you guys had to really kind of tailor it to be able to work to see through the acrylic, but not.
Yeah, and so to explain that again, there was a balance between making the acrylic opaque enough that the projector would show you, be able to see the image on top of it, but have it translucent enough that the Kinect wouldn't think that it's a wall.
So did you have to get lots of different acrylic samples to figure that out, or what'd you do?
we just tried with one, like we had something in mind and we were like, okay, this will do.
And you were
then-
lucky?
Yeah, and we used the spray paint.
Well, yeah, we used
the
spray paint. We tried
Ah.
wax paper. We tried parchment paper. We tried. We had a glass sheet that we used.
So you tried a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And then
we
this is the
tried,
last
but,
one that finally
like,
worked.
When we were buying this, we were like, okay, let's try with. We bought a small sample first, and we tried it on that, and it was projecting it fine. Then we decided to go
To get
with
the
that.
larger sample. So there's quite a bit of experimentation involved in doing
Yeah,
that.
and then again, this Connect is the version 2, and it's apparently better than the version 1.
And that
we
was
had.
it was frustrating because you would find documentation for code and you would like try to make it work, and then realize, oh wait, this only works for version 1. If you're wanting, because we went onto Craigslist, found a person that had a Windows 7 laptop because it was like this code only works for Windows 7.
Oh my
No,
god.
that was because that Connect that we got from the lab, that's for the Windows version, and most of the open software that is available, like OpenNI and OpenConnect, they work with the Xbox version because the Xbox version was hacked to make it run.
So you're giving advice to students in the
Yes.
next iteration of the class. What do they need to be looking for? Because you're putting together lots of different kinds of systems that aren't well documented. What do they need to do to make sure they can get this to work in time?
Experiment quickly, experiment often, because it's not as much as you want to plan. We're going to need these components. It's not going to go
Like,
that
things won't
smooth.
work the way you want it to work. Like, it will always end up with some issue.
Double.
And
That's just-
Again, like if you are using open source, then you need to be careful. We spent like half a day trying to make that work. We got the laptop, we tried
Yeah.
everything. It was not working, and somewhere down in a forum, in the comment section, it was written, "Oh, you know what? This works only for the Xbox version. I think you have the Microsoft Windows version."
Yeah.
Oh.
And it throws you around. Double budget your time. If you think something's going to take you 2 hours, it really is going to take you 4, if not longer.
Yeah.
More than 4.
So I've been drafted to teaching this class for the computer science section this semester, and they turn in their design documents right before spring break. So if you were in that class turning in your design document at spring break, what would you do?
Work through spring break.
Thank you. I'm going to be showing this today in class.
Yeah, work through spring break.
We didn't actually work during the fall break.
Yeah, through
And
Thanksgiving break. Yeah, and that set us
Thanksgiving
back.
break, and that set us back. Like we should have. Like I remember we were traveling together from Peoria.
Yeah.
And on the way, like, okay, we need to do this. We need to do this.
And
And,
you
he
didn't
was
do-
driving. I was taking notes. Then he was taking notes.
I was taking notes while I was driving.
Please don't kill yourselves.
No, it's not worth that. But overall, it was we learned a lot. Like I had never worked with Connect for processing before, and done any form of like depth detection for
Yeah.
modeling, so
And-
that was fun.
Like there were so many things to learn about it. Leave alone the SDK, the Microsoft SDK, the open source like OpenNI, OpenConnect. They are so powerful and they have so many things that you can actually make use of. Like you used Connect for your art.
Yeah, I
installation.
ended up using Connect for a different project for an art installation that's in Detroit right now.
Yay.
So it's great.
Awesome. All right. Thank you guys.